Welcome to Convention Reviews. Today we'll be talking about Toon Fusion Raleigh and Carolina KittyCon. These are two relatively new conventions that started in Raleigh, North Carolina, both of which occur at the NC State Fairgrounds. These events occurred at the Graham Building and Kelly Building, which are adjacent to the Dorton Arena, which holds many small events throughout the year. Toon Fusion is a relatively newer event space that was launched in 2025, which really covers a lot of voice actors from cartoons, anime, gaming, and other trading card collectibles. But arguably, the Amazing Digital Circus cast was the headliners for this particular event. The vendor booths throughout the event really kind of made up the vast majority of the space, which really was a combination of independent artists as well as resellers of various anime and other nerd-related products. Though there were several really good vendors throughout this event, I do have to admit there were a handful of people selling some AI-generated artwork as well as some other questionable things that I wouldn't expect at an event like this, but I would say in general was pretty low-key for the most part for most attendees. Outside of that, there also were some interesting other booths there. There was somebody doing VR, which was pretty common seen at a lot of these events, as well as the Wake County Library System had some people here as well. There also was a group of LARPers who were doing live demonstrations throughout the weekend, which was a pretty fun little side thing, especially if you're not familiar with LARPing, which was pretty fun. The event also featured a small maid cafe, which, had a couple of employees working it, which was kind of fun to see. There was quite a few people I saw kind of signing up for these over the weekend, which was kind of nice as well. One of my biggest complaints I had with this event was that many of the things that were advertised online tended to be very underwhelming, to say the least. One of the big ones being they promised there would be video game and trading card game related tournaments, and a lot of these were very small setups that really did not lead to what they promised. There also was an area that was set up for fan panels that no fan panels basically occurred over the weekend, which was also a really big downside, especially considering content was very lean. There also was a weird VIP area that basically very few people used throughout the entire weekend, which I thought was very strange as well. One of the other slightly disappointing elements was the Itasha car show that they had promised. The advertised up to 8 Itashas would potentially be at this event, and there was unfortunately only one Itasha inside the event center, which was nice to see, but a little bit underwhelming. There also was a convention advertising for Itasha cars, Motown Con, which is located in Concord. I did run across another random Itasha in the parking lot, so that was pretty much all I saw over the weekend. When it came to the main stage guests that were invited, the convention actually was quite good. There was quite a few voice actors, both veterans of the industry for several decades, as well as brand new up-and-comers, as well as many who are very active in the industry as well. They did have quite a few panels throughout the weekend, which definitely was fun, to say the least. I know at least one actually had a concert on Saturday night, which from her personal band. But one thing I will say that I did enjoy about this convention also was the fact that they actually offered free signatures for some of the voice actors, which really has not been a thing for several years, especially a lot of more mainstay conventions. I had decided to go back to the con on Sunday just to check things out, and the attendance was definitely very low. And, honestly, even though this may seem like a little bit of a bad thing, I will say that if you're somebody who is not someone who attends a lot of conventions, this actually is not that bad of a thing. It was nice to actually see a couple of voice actors and actually have a minute to talk to them because there wasn't a lot of people behind you. Overall, a pretty decent experience to say the least. Next door was the Carolina KittyCon, which was something I was not expecting to attend, but I was already here, which a lot of attendings were. And it was a really nice little event for people who are cat lovers and had a lot of merchandise and memorabilia and other various things related to cats. They had several cat influencers, which my reference to it is mostly Grumpy Cat, but there is quite a few other ones out there, and really had a really nice collection of artists and vendors among many others there, which was really kind of fun. Like I said, not really something I would normally attend, but it was a really fun little gathering, to say the least. I will say there was a really interesting the fact they were able to get so many different vendors from together for this particular event, and there actually was a really fun little VR game where you could pretend to be a cat too. So there definitely was something here for the whole family, and honestly, if I was a cat owner, I would probably enjoy this way more. Overall, even though I had very mixed feelings about Toon Fusion, I do feel that the event was pretty decent overall. If you were local to the Raleigh area and wanted to spend a couple hours, get a couple signatures, and leave, I think it was great for a day pass. Outside of that, I don't really think the weekend or VIP pass was really worth it, but I will definitely be interested in going again depending on the guests that get invited. And if you attended either of these events, please let me know. If not, I will see you on the next Convention or Review.